this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
He's still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan reacted to Manny Pacquiao's new training video at 46 years old, calling it unbelievable. He said it's crazy how Pacquiao, even close to 50, still hits hard and moves like a much younger fighter. His speed, power, and sharpness are still there, and he looks amazing.
Still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Joe Rogan says Manny Pacquiao is a different kind of fighter who doesn't need trash talk or hype. He proves everything in the ring. Even at 46, his discipline, speed, and power say it all. Pacquiao stays focused, humble, and still very dangerous, showing he's still a strong and serious fighter.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
A recent training video of Pacquiao has got people talking. The short clip shows him hitting pads with strong focus and surprising speed. His punches come in quick combos, and his footwork still looks sharp. Just like the style that once gave top fighters a hard time, even at 46, there's still energy in his moves, reminding everyone of the explosive style that made him a legend. Joe Rogan has always shown great respect for Manny Pacquiao's boxing career. He often talks about how amazing it is that Pacquiao won world titles in 8 different weight classes, something very few fighters have ever done. Rogan is impressed not just by the number of titles, but also by Pacquiao's speed and skill, especially for someone his size. He once said Pacquiao's legs are like tanks, giving him strong power and great stamina. This mix of speed and strength made Pacquiao a special fighter who could beat top opponents in many divisions.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao. Man.
Oh yeah,
Destroyer.
Manny Pacquiao. He
fucking just
won world titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like that I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to me. And it was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before then when it did. You know.
Well, it also took place when Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight, and just wanted that money, and just let's see what happens.
Rogan has also talked about how exciting a fight between Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather could have been if they had faced each other earlier in their careers. He thinks it would have taken over the internet and social media, breaking records and grabbing the attention of fans all around the world. Rogan's words show not just his respect for Pacquiao's talent, but also how big his impact is. To Rogan, Pacquiao isn't just a great boxer. He's a global icon whose success goes beyond boxing. Combat analyst Ryan Campbell shared his thoughts on Pacquiao's return to the ring at 46. He talked about how tough it is to face a younger and stronger opponent like Mario Barrios. Campbell compared it to George Foreman's famous comeback and said that age doesn't always decide the outcome in boxing. He believes that sometimes experienced fighters can surprise everyone with one last great performance.
Only 8 division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC is going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those 2 dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this has been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Campbell also looked at Pacquiao's current physical condition. While it's clear he's past his prime, he still has enough speed to compete with many average fighters today. Campbell says that even though Pacquiao isn't as explosive as before, his hand speed and footwork still give him an edge over less skilled welterweights. The boxing world is split on what to expect from his next fight. Some fans feel hopeful, believing his instincts and ring smarts are still strong enough for a good performance. Others remember his last fight 5 years ago, where he didn't look like the same fighter. This mix of hope and doubt shows the uncertainty around his comeback, as people try to respect his legacy while being realistic about what he can still do.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was a one-time, one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
Many believe that the fight with Mario Barrios is just the beginning of Pacquiao's comeback. Rumors say that if he wins, it could lead to a big fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Some think Barrios was picked because he's a beatable opponent, giving Pacquiao a chance to build confidence and create buzz for a bigger match. This kind of planning is common in boxing comebacks, where early fights help test the fighter's form and attract fan interest. One of the most meaningful parts of Pacquiao's comeback is his goal to win the WBC welterweight title, the same title he won early in his career. This makes his return feel special, as it's not just about another fight, but a chance to win back the belt that first made him famous around the world.
Boxing Doctor News told Onto Your Gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? You get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Even with his age and time away from the ring, many experts and fans believe Pacquiao still has what it takes to beat Barrios. His long and successful career, with wins over some of boxing's biggest names, shows he's still a serious threat. A win in this fight would not only add to his legacy, but also quiet those who doubt if he still belongs at the top.
Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao will be the guy. And that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably. All right? Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. All right? And like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. You know, he's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that.
Mario Barrios is a good fighter, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. But Manny Pacquiao is just a special kind of fighter and person, a real freak of nature. I truly believe that if others can do it, Pacquiao can too. He lives a clean and simple life, doesn't party, and focuses on his family. He's a God-fearing man, just like George Foreman was during his own comeback. Pacquiao's discipline and lifestyle give people hope that he still has what it takes. Barrios and his team are taking this fight very seriously. His coach has said they're training as if they're facing Pacquiao in his prime, which shows the level of respect they have for him. Barrios is known for loving big challenges and never backing down, which makes this a tough and exciting test for both fighters. With this mindset, Barrios will be fully prepared for whatever Pacquiao brings to the ring.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis. That'll be up to them. But I do know one thing about Mario Barrios.
Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, shared that choosing to fight Barrios was a planned and meaningful decision. Barrios holds the WBC title, which connects back to Pacquiao's history with that same boxing organization. Gibbons said that winning this belt again would be a powerful way to close Pacquiao's incredible career, making this fight more than just a regular match. It's a special moment in one of boxing's greatest stories.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer, and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28 in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
Manny Pacquiao's career is full of amazing achievements. He has won 12 major world titles and was the lineal champion in 4 weight classes, from flyweight to super lightweight. He is also the only boxer to win world titles in 4 different decades, showing a level of longevity that's very rare in boxing. His 25 pay-per-view fights have made over $1,200,000,000, 0 cents, proving how popular and powerful his name is in the sport. In 2021, Pacquiao retired from boxing to focus on his political career in the Philippines. He ran for president in 2022 but did not win. Even after this, he stayed active by serving as a senator and working on many charity projects. His retirement marked the end of a great chapter in boxing, but he still had a strong influence outside the ring. When Pacquiao later announced he was coming back to boxing, it surprised fans and experts, especially since he had been away from the sport for several years.
15th, remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, he started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather. Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great. He fought everybody. Whenever.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman confirmed that all the needed approvals were in place for Pacquiao to fight for the welterweight title again. However, not everyone is excited about his return. Some critics say that fighting at 46 is risky, and question if Pacquiao is coming back for legacy or just for money. People also compare his comeback to Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights, with some saying it feels more like a show than a real contest. This has sparked bigger talks about older boxing legends returning and whether it's about honoring their past or risking their name.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada. So we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.